really, I'm in this moment right now. This is crazy. Sorry.
The whispers began quietly, tucked away in the fine print of a routine financial disclosure from one of Sean Diddy Combs' lesser-known business entities. It was a small detail, easily overlooked, a wire transfer from a company tied to Steve Harvey, funneled through an obscure affiliate linked to Combs. The description of the payment was vague, the amount significant enough to catch attention, and the timing, right after FBI raids on Diddy's properties made headlines, raised red flags. On its own, it might have been dismissed as a coincidence. But when paired with allegations from industry insiders, the transaction took on a darker tone. Sources claim Harvey was attempting to buy back footage from one of Diddy's infamous private party tapes, a move that smells of desperation and damage control. This isn't about giving energy to detractors or fueling gossip. For Steve Harvey, a man whose public persona is built on motivational speeches, family values, and a polished image as the king of daytime television, any connection to Diddy, now as known for legal troubles as for his music empire, feels out of character. The idea of someone so meticulous about their brand moving large sums of money toward a figure facing federal indictment suggests something rattled him deeply. The rumors paint a picture of a man scrambling to ensure a particular video never surfaces, one allegedly filmed at one of Diddy's exclusive, off-the-grid parties where the drinks were endless and the cameras, unbeknownst to most, were always rolling. These weren't typical Hollywood after-parties. Insiders described sprawling estates with no official security cameras, yet every corner seemed to have an eye. The events were legendary for their excess, wild outfits, uninhibited behavior, and guests indulging in moments they'd rather keep buried. For years, whispers have circulated that Diddy kept a private archive, a so-called vault of footage capturing celebrities in compromising situations. Some say these tapes were insurance policies leveraged to maintain loyalty or silence. Others suggest they were tools of control, a way to wield power in an industry where reputation is everything. The mere existence of such a collection, real or rumored, creates a chilling effect. No one wants their private moments exposed in courtrooms or splashed across news feeds. The payment from Harvey's business entity wasn't just a random transaction, according to sources. It was specific, targeted, and timed suspiciously close to Diddy's legal troubles. Entertainment lawyers, speaking off the record, note that it's not uncommon for public figures to clean up potential messes during legal storms. But this move stands out. It wasn't a settlement or a licensing deal, it was a quiet attempt to make something disappear. The stakes are high for Harvey, whose empire rests on his image as a family man, a Christian role model, and a dispenser of relationship wisdom. A scandal of this magnitude wouldn't just tarnish his reputation, it could unravel everything he's built, his talk shows, book deals, and brand partnerships. The speculation doesn't stop with Steve. His wife, Marjorie, is no stranger to public scrutiny. Her past, tied to ex-partners allegedly involved in high-level trafficking rings, has long been fodder for tabloids. The Harvey's marriage, often framed as a story of redemption, has faced persistent rumors of infidelity and instability. If the alleged footage involves Marjorie, perhaps showing interactions that cross lines of appropriateness, it could devastate their carefully curated narrative. Even unconfirmed, the timing of the payment fuels suspicion, especially when paired with older rumors about Marjorie's supposed entanglements with a bodyguard or a family chef. Steve's public dismissals of these claims, urging detractors to find something else to do, now feel less convincing in light of this new development. Then there's Lori Harvey, Steve's stepdaughter, whose past connection to Diddy adds another layer of complexity. In 2019, Lori, a rising fashion star, was linked romantically to Diddy after being spotted with him in matching outfits, dining in Italy with Steve and Marjorie, and traveling together to places like Mexico and Miami. The optics were jarring, especially since Lori had reportedly dated Diddy's son Justin just before. At the time, the rumors of an engagement between Lori and Diddy were dismissed, but the images of a 22-year-old model alongside a 49-year-old mogul sparked endless speculation. Steve never publicly addressed the situation, a silence that now feels heavy. Was he avoiding comment out of restraint, or because he couldn't afford to speak? Sources suggest Lori's proximity to Diddy may have given him leverage over Steve. The whispers are that Diddy, through private channels, reminded Steve of Lori's presence at his parties, hinting she might appear in compromising footage. Whether real or fabricated, the threat of such a tape, especially involving a stepdaughter, would be enough to push any father to act. The idea of a video surfacing amid Diddy's legal battles, where his alleged victims are naming names, would be catastrophic for the Harvey family. The payment then could be seen as a preemptive strike, a way to keep Lori's name out of the headlines and protect Steve's legacy. But the question lingers, was this outright blackmail? No concrete evidence confirms it, but the circumstances are suggestive. Diddy's alleged vault isn't just a collection of party footage, it's a psychological weapon. The fear of what might be on those tapes, whether it's illicit behavior or simply embarrassing moments, keeps people in line. For someone like Steve, the mere suggestion of a tape involving Lori, Marjorie, or himself could be enough to prompt action, even if the footage never surfaces. This is the kind of power Diddy is said to have wielded for years, a shadowy influence built not on public scandals, but on private fears. The broader picture is even more unsettling. Diddy's parties, described as traps disguised as glamour, were allegedly designed to capture moments guests didn't know were being recorded. Former employees and attendees claim the events were saturated with excess, encouraging indulgence while hidden cameras rolled. The resulting footage, stored in encrypted drives or private safes, became a form of currency. It wasn't about what Diddy did with the tapes. It was about what he could do. The uncertainty alone was enough to ensure compliance, loyalty, or silence from those in his orbit. This system, if real, reveals a darker side of Hollywood's elite circles. Power isn't just about talent or wealth, it's about secrets. A quiet favor, a late-night deal, a whispered threat passed through intermediaries. Diddy didn't need to make explicit demands, his reputation did the work. His parties became cautionary tales, places where careers could be made but also tethered to unspoken obligations. Those who attended might have risen quickly, but they paid a price, forever wondering if a moment of indiscretion was caught on tape. Steve Harvey's situation is a case study in this dynamic. If someone as guarded and media-savvy as Harvey could be ensnared, who else might be vulnerable? The whispers about Diddy's vault suggest it contains footage of A-list actors, musicians, fashion icons, and even political figures, moments ranging from illegal to merely humiliating. The power of such a collection lies in its ambiguity. Even if the tapes never leak, the fear they might is enough to keep people in check. For every payment like Harvey's, there could be dozens of others, quiet transactions to bury secrets before they surface. Diddy's current legal troubles add urgency to the story. Facing over 60 civil lawsuits and the possibility of a decades-long sentence, his empire is under strain. Legal fees are mounting, his businesses are faltering, and sources describe him as increasingly erratic. If he's cornered, the temptation to use his alleged vault as a weapon, whether to deflect attention or extract favors, could grow. Steve Harvey's payment might have bought temporary silence, but it doesn't guarantee loyalty. If Diddy decides to leak footage or name names, the fallout could be catastrophic, not just for Harvey, but for countless others caught in the same web. The Harvey family, already under scrutiny, faces unique risks. Steve and Marjorie's marriage has been dogged by rumors of infidelity and looming divorce, with some speculating Marjorie could walk away with a settlement exceeding $200 million. Both have publicly denied these claims, but the denials feel rehearsed, as if they're trying to outrun a shadow. If Diddy's footage includes Marjorie in compromising situations, perhaps tied to her past associations with questionable figures, it could confirm long-standing suspicions and dismantle the Harvey brand,